Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie. We will be looking today at the race meeting from Turffontein. Today is the 10th of April and the meeting takes place at the Turffontein stand side. Before we go to look at the form and the betting, just one or two things I would like to touch on. If you want to receive this video every day, just click the subscribe now button and ring the bell. Then Outsider Genie is also available on social media. And then today we want to introduce you to Dr. Genie, which I will tell you just a little bit more. If you want to subscribe to our daily form analysis, we have 3 packages for you. The first one is you can sign up now and get selections from now till the end of April. That will cost you 300 Rand, or you can take our normal package is 500 Rand now, and then you sign up and get selections from now till end of May. For 500 Rand. Sorry, I just omitted that. Let me just add it in there. I do apologize. All right, so for 500 Rand, you can get this package from now till the end of May. 500 Rand, not 5,000, 500 Rand. Let me just quickly do that. I do apologize. Sometimes all right. So then our third package is the one for 6 months from now till the end of September for 1,300. Normal value would have been 3,000. So what do we offer? We offer you you get new futures, new future box exactas, and that is extremely well. Yesterday at February, we caught a few exactas again, and some of them paid nicely. Then there's two daily auto comes, which also sometimes wins at good prices. Race by race selection, we give you the outside win and the 2 possible outsider selections. Yesterday again, one of our value bets won yesterday, and that was at 12 to 1. It was Falling for You, which won at 12 to 1, and that race we also got the exacta, and the exacta also paid a few Rand, and we also gave you in that race, in that same race, we give you one of the horses that we've got a small share in as part of our syndicate that ran third, Homer Fidget, and that paid 7.60 Rand a place. So we also give you value bets, normally 6 to 1 or better. We give you best bets. We have given best bets as high as 6 to 1. A while ago, we gave you a best bet, but the opening betting was 7 to 2, and the horse drifted to 11 to 1. Surely nobody in South Africa would give you a best bet at 11 to 1 in South Africa. I can assure you that. Then we give you also suggested trifectas and quartet selections, which you can use as is or add into your numbers. We also give you affordable PAs. Some of our PAs has won nicely lately, and then we also give you affordable pick 6, which you can play as is or add in. If you subscribe to our service, you will receive a daily analysis report like this. We give you the all to comes, the selections, exactas, trifectas, quartet. We will give you the race time, so you can make sure to get your bets on time. We give you daily value bet, best bet, pick 6, and a PA. Now, I just want to quickly touch on this new thing called Dr. Genie. You know, a lot of people have often asked me advice and how I can help them because they're battling with punting. So if you are one of the many punters out there that are tired of losing, tired of constantly picking the wrong horse, or tired of not being able to find the outsiders to catch the bigger payments, then you need Dr. Genie. If you're sick, you see a doctor. If you want legal advice, you see a lawyer. If you are losing on punting horses, you see Dr. Genie. Recently, as I said, yeah, I had a lot of requests, and then I'm starting this unique session where I will spend 50 minutes of you on a personal level on a Zoom call where we can discuss whatever matter you want to discuss. There's some ideas. We can discuss your betting strategy, how to punt to win, how to use computer formulating your bets, how to find outsiders, learn more about handicapping, any other question you might have. I will spend 50 minutes with you, and I can truly believe that the appointment will definitely benefit you. I will also record this meeting so that you can go and listen again to my advice so that you don't have to remember everything. So I will post that on YouTube and I'll put it on a private link so nobody else can see it. And then you can go and listen to that again. The cost for this service is a merely 250 Rand. And I can tell you the value that you're going to get and the information is far more than 250 Rand. As a bonus, I will give you the following. You will receive 30 days free daily form analysis. So if you sign up for the next 30 days, I will give you the selections, our daily selections. Then I've got a document that says punt to win. I have recently updated that document, and I will give you that document as well as part of the transaction. And also I've got 2 videos. The one is how to read a computer form for 100 Rand and how to use the computer form, which I will also include with you. So the total value for this package is 950 Rand. And you pay 250 Rand. So if you want to make your booking, contact me on 0835-855-133. Okay, now we can move on to the racing of the day. We'll be racing from Turffontein. We have a 9-race card kicking off at 12:20. And this today is the, where they are thinking of the guys that was killed in the Heinemann disaster quite a few years back. So let's have a look at the betting for race number 1, which is a maiden plate over 1160. And here the betting is as follows. Number 13, Fleet from Desire, 12-10, Lion of the Desert, 18-10, South Boy, 6-1, Willows, West, 12-1, Heart of Harlem, 20-1, Smiling, Strong Cash at 22-1, and Our Secret, 22-1, 25-1, and Longer the Race, scratch number 10. Now you will see here that the favorite is a 2-year-old, and yeah, he had a reasonable introduction to racing. Ran a nice second behind Gifted Gal, which I believe is also apparently a very good horse. So you got us filly here against Colts and Geldings, and but it's getting off -4, so it's only carrying 50.5, and surely that must put her in a very good situation to win this race. Then I'm going to look at, obviously on the first timers, I can't give you any form, but yeah, I've got number 1, Strong Casher. Now, Strong Casher has made a stable change from Mr. De Kock to Alec Laird. And I think this horse is from Louis the King by Stronghold Mare, and pop this horse into the back end of your quartet and trifectas. It is currently 22-1, so surely will make it pay, because I've got a feeling this horse might be running a much improved race today. Then we're going to go down to number 11, and my other outsider selection, South Boy. This horse ran on strongly, 23.6, last 400 meters over 1,000, now going 160 meters further. And I think South Boy definitely a big runner in this race. And then we can also have a look at number 9. Number 9 is Lion of the Desert, one of the first timers in this race. Now, Sean Terry know how to prepare a first timer. And then also have a look at number 12, Willow's Wish. Now, because Willow's Wish is the dam is Pisani, and she was quite a good horse. I remember she used to be trained by Michael de Kock. So do include as well, if you can, into your quartets. And then just for interest sake, this Cossack Prince, I used to own this mare, Russian Artist. I actually named her Russian Artist. I bought her on a 2-year-old yearling sale many moons ago, and we named her Russian Artist, and she won 5 races for us. So just a little bit of useless driver. Then we move on to race number 3, race number 2, which is the Pinnacle Stakes over 1,100 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. And here we have number 3, Tropic Sun, 13-10, Gaelic Princess, 22-10, Sarah, 9-2, All of Me, 8-1, Pool Party, 12-1, 13-1, 008, and Shea Bell, 25-1. Now here, my first selection, you can see here is the best weight is number 2, Sarah, then Gaelic Princess, Pool Party, All of Me, and Tropic Sun is the 5th best weighted. And yeah, I think number Free Tropic Sun is definitely improved. I liked him very much last time out. As a matter of fact, if I can remember correctly, I gave him as my best bet for the day, and they duly punted him from 72 to 18 to 10. But I am in the camp of number one, Gaelic Princess. Gaelic Princess is a filly that has won a number of races, and she's run against some very good opposition in the past. So surely in this Pinnacle place, she must have a very good chance over this course and distance, because I see they have tried over 1600 meters, and so, and even she has won over 1450. But I do believe that her best distance is the sprinting, and I think she's going to run a huge race today. And obviously Sarah is also a horse. She's getting -4, and she and number one has got the same weight. So the -4 means that she should be finished in front of number one. But as you can see, they did run against each other, carrying level weights against Vaz Vicky last time out, and Sarah beat her by 3.5 lengths. And so obviously the 4 kilogram will bring her closer. But I think number one, to my thing, should finish in front. And then obviously you need to include number 3, Tropic Sun. And number 4, 008 is also a mare that you also need to include in your quartets and trifectas, because she is getting -1.5, and she's also a mare that runs on, always runs her heart out, and always is, there when the photos are taken. But let's move on to race number 3, which is a maiden plate over 1,160. So let's have a look here. The betting as follows. Number 7, I Dream of Genie, 5 to 10. Beyond the Runway, 9 to 2. Wokawanda, 7 to 1. Rose Willow, 10 to 1. Lady of Flame, 12 to 1. 20 to 1. Princess Sabrina, 40 to 1, and better the rest. Yeah, it's difficult to go against a horse that is 6 to 10, 5 to 10 in a betting. But I do believe, I think number 7, Dream of Genie, should be too good for this field, and running on last time behind from on 1,000 meters. The one thing that just bothers me a little bit is that the time of 24.400 to finish wasn't is not a brilliant time. You would expect a little bit maybe under 24 seconds. And then again, as I've been preaching the last few weeks, the Michael Lecoq stable is not in top form. Yes, he is getting the winners, but his horses are also losing. When one expect they would win, that they're not winning. Surely the stable must be turning shortly and start producing constantly, but at this stage it's not. He is getting winners, but it's not as it used to be. So in this race, my outsider selection is number 1, Lady of the Flame, who ran a nice race behind Lady Nika last time out over the 1160, and can definitely be involved. As also when the photos are taken, as you can see, she also ran behind May Queen. And May Queen has won, I think, 2 already after that. Castle Doro, 2.75. Certainly not as Castle Doro, not a bad horse. So Lady of the Flame has run against some. If you can see here, in most of her races, 13 runners, 3 winners, 9 runners, 3 winners, 9 runners, 1 winner, 13 runners, 1 winner, 8 runners, 2 winners. So she is constantly running in in decent races. There's 60 lengths behind Mike's MK's Pride. You can really ignore that, because that was over 1,400 meters, and that was in the Empress Palace. So she's now back in a maiden plate, and Lady of the Flame currently is 12 to 1. And I'm thinking that this Act of Wars, they're running well, that this horse might give the favorite something to think about. So certainly, as you can see, she has run 23.4s, 23.6. So maybe that might be, the horse that gives the favorite a hard time. In my other outsider selection is number 4, Rose Willow. Now, Rose Willow has also been running well, and they tried over longer distances, but she didn't shape. She came back over 2 sprint distances in the last 2 runs, where she ran improved races, and also running times under 24 seconds, 400 to finish. again, as I said, that I think is about the average 23.5, 23.6. So yeah, for me, and then you can also look at number 10, which is Makonda. It's a first timer, captain of all by a Fordwood mare. Lyle Hewitson on board, and as I said, Sean Terry knows how to get them ready. And this horse is currently 7-1 in the betting with number 6 Beyond the Runway. Beyond the Runway, also a first timer, which you have to keep your eye out. Beyond the Runway is a McGock by Jet Master. This could also be anything, as the horse only costs 10,000 rand. So, but yeah, just watch. Paul Peter also knows how to bring him on the first race. Then we will go to race number 4, which is also a maiden plate over 1,800 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 4, Sirens of Greece, 22-10. Arizona Lady, 3-1. Princess Diana, 9-2. Electric Brutes, 11-2. As Good as It Gets, 9-1. Way to Dream, 16-1. Royal Wedding, and 22-1. Grace Lou, 28-1. Just Magic, 66-1. Mumbo Jumbo. So here in race number 4, my selection is number 2, Princess Diana. This is a full sister to that legal Eagle. And I'm thinking today, this horse, last time out, I expected the horse to improve. She was the favorite behind Good Girl. But then both her last 2 runs, saddle slip, the one before that slowing to stride. And I think if everything goes well today, I think number 2, Princess Diana, ready to run a very good race. I do like the breeding of this horse, and I think she's definitely a huge contender in this race. For outsider selections, I'm going for a number 1, Electric Boots. Also, McGock, Benny and the Jets. I'm not sure if this Benny and the Jets, if this is a half sister to JJ the Jet Plane. I'm not sure, but I think it might be. So Electric Boots, also a filly that has run a few places, and Kumalo on board. And the way Kumalo are running these days, certainly Electric Boots, you need to put in all of your play. Can certainly be involved in the finish here, currently at 11-2. Then my other outsider selection is number 7, Grace Lou. I've been following the filly for a while now, and she does run a little bit better race now and then. Last time out ran 3 lengths behind Opera Glass. But I do think the 1800 will suit Craig Jackie on board today from draw 4. A nice outsider to put in the back end of your quartets and trifecta selections. This one can certainly pop up today. Then let's have a look at the favorite. The favorite is Siren of Greece. Now, Siren of Greece has been a favorite a couple of times and has disappointed. 2 runs back was 11-20 and got beaten by Got to You, ran 4th, then ran 6 in that small future. But certainly has, I think, has got ability. She's the damning silent score who was on song to win also the Triple Crown and got run later with in the Oaks by a horse of Michael the Cock. I can't remember the name. And also it's drawn 10. So I think Siren of Greece, I won't be rushing to punt Siren of Greece. I do think there are horses that can, definitely beat them. Then here's number 5, As Good as It Gets. It's given a green light by Caesar Me. That 1800 meter will definitely suit this horse. So put into the back end of your quartet and trifectas, as well as number 6, Way to Dream, can also pop up in the back end of your quartets and trifectas. So let's move on to the next race, which is race number 5, which is another maiden plate over 1800 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 6, Soldier Song, 5-2, Parallax 3-1, Clarkson 5-1, Enema Code 7-1, Blackthorn 9-1, 12-1, Ball Rolling, Break Free 16-1, 16-1, The Lip 20-1, and better the rest. So here in this race, my first selection is the number 5 horse Blackthorn. This is a Pomodoro by a Dynasty mare, Ebony Rose. Well bred, this horse has been gelded since his last run in January. The horse even did improve over the 1700 meters behind Ushana. And if I'm not mistaken, Ushana has won again. And I think that this horse is going to, after the gelding, there's going to be more improvement. This horse currently at 9-1 And I think that number 5, Blackthorn, a really huge runner in this race. Then my outsider selections is number 4, which is Break Free. Mowers very windy by Damascus Gate Mare. This distance will definitely suit. It's getting -1.5. This horse, this horse battled to find his feet. But the last race, although over a longer distance, he ran a bit of an improved race. And I'm thinking maybe Break Free might be ready to improve after quite a number of bad runs previously. But sometimes horses take a chance. I know this horse is relatively good, well-bred. That Fieldgate has thrown a few winners. I recognize the name, and I'm thinking Break Free, a nice outsider selection at 16-1 to include your quartets and trifecta selections. And then let's move on to number 10. Number 10 is a Clarkson. Clarkson also a horse that's improving. I'm sure that the 1800 meters will suit. Do include in all your play, but he's drawn 12, so that will make it a little bit difficult for him. Then also you can have a look at number 10. We had a look at number 10, and then number 6. Number 6 is the favorite, Soldier's Song. Getting -4, draw 1. Has run some reasonable races. Last time out 22.5 over the 400 to finish, but his horse is always slow, and that's not a good thing. Even with the long straight, he is always on on his chasing, and yeah, that sometimes he does come too late. Certainly not a horse that I will rush to back. Then I want to advise you to pop in number 7, Brave Jackson. This horse is down here at the bottom at 20-1. Do include this horse in all of your bets, quartets, trifectas. I had it in my pick 6, but due to cost, I had to take it out. But if I was playing a bigger pick 6, I would have included number 7, Brave Jackson, because this Jackson out of a Lake Coniston mare, I'm thinking this horse is definitely looking for further. Did run on nicely at 23.3, and as you can see in all his races, 22.7, 23.7, 400 to finish. That is definitely a good sign. So pop in number 7, Brave Jackson, be warned. Then we move on to race number 6, which is the Pinnacle Stakes over 1800 meters. Class A, average merit is 93. And here the betting is as follows. Number 4, Lily Blue, 13-10. Fort Anne, 3-1. Destiny's Game, 9-2. Saragon, 6-1. Shivers, 10-1. Sunshine Silk, 12-1. State Leon, 13-1. And Queen Burmy, 33-1. Here in this race, my selection is number 4, Lily Blue. Lily Blue certainly of a 56 today, in of a huge chance. This horse is running well. She has definitely this distance, 4 runs, 4 wins, never been beaten in South Africa on this distance. Muzieni on board, everything is in this horse's favor, and I think Lily Blue ready to run a huge race after finishing 2 links in a future behind. While you all, the Sash has come out to win again, so definitely I think Lily Blue one of the better based on the cards today. In outsider selections, we're going to look at number 1, Saragon, from the Alexander stable. This horse course and distance, 4 runs, 1 win and 1/4. She's also a mare that has won 5 races and is always there and thereabouts, 4 lengths, 5 lengths behind. And certainly today in this race, he's second best weighted. So surely must have a huge chance finishing in the money here. And then my other outsider selection is number 3, Shivers. Shivers also a horse that runs well, but didn't run well behind CM last time. But before that was relatively constant. Ran second behind Netta. Netta is a good horse in her own. Yes, you ran 4th behind Lily Blue. And she was, there was a difference of 4 kilograms. Today there's a difference of 2 kilograms. But I don't think the 2 kilograms will be enough to turn around the form against Lily Blue. So that is then this race. Then we move on to the next race, race 7. And here we have race 7 is the Spook Express handicap listed over 2,400 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the favorite is number 3, Ocean Fillet. 33 to 10 numbers. Anam 7 to 2, 5 to 1. Shisha Cracker Smoking Hot 15 to 2. Katy Perry 6 to 1. Illuminate 8 to 1. The Sash 16 to 1. Smiley Rivers 16 to 1, 20 to 1, and longer the rest. So here my first selection is on race 7 is number 2, and that's Katy Perry. I really think I couldn't believe that this horse is 6 to 1, because this horse runs on well from behind, and I'm sure the 2,400 will not be a problem. Calvin Murray can go and sit with this horse, the nice, decent pace, and then just let it run on at the end. And I'm sure number 2, Katy Perry, is going to be hard to beat. And at 6 to 1, surely a nice beat. You can see her ran second to CM, and there she was second to CM. And I think number 2, Katy Perry, is definitely better than odds. I would advise you to take the 6 to 1, because I'm thinking maybe at race time this horse is not going to be 6 to 1 Katy Perry. And then my other outsider selections is number 4, which is the Sash. The Sash has not got very good form, but as you can see here, this race is officially a D74. She has run 79, 78, one. She beat Lily Blue in a B Division 85. So certainly the Sash, I think, might be a huge runner today over this course and distance. This distance, she had 7 runs, 2 wins, a third and a fourth. Course and distance, 1 run, 1 win. So certainly number 4, the Sash, is the inclusion at 16 to 1 will be a huge upset in this race. Do include. Then also popping number 8, my other outsider selection is Smiley River. Now, Smiley River, you can see that yes, she ran behind the Sash and 5.7 lengths, and she was carrying 59 and a half. 59 minutes, 1.5, so that's 57 and a half. And the Sash was carrying 54 and a half, so she was 3 kilograms worse off with the Sash. Now today she carries 52, and the Sash is carrying 54. So there is a turnaround of about 5 kilograms for a 5-length beating, so bringing her also closer. But I do like the look of this horse. He runs on well, Ryan Munger aboard, also Pomodoro. And definitely, I think also a horse that can upset the apple cart. Then number 5 is Aram. This horse just won a maiden, but also a horse that I think the 2,400 meters will suit. This run behind Ideal Jet. Ideal Jet ran in a future last week in the Oaks, but didn't do so too well. But that's not this horse's fault. And I'm thinking Aram on her breeding definitely is going to be a contender in this race. Then also there's the favorite is number 3, Ocean Forest. Also even with a chance, but only won E Division 63 last time, and surely now running against much stiffer opposition. So I'm not so sure if number 3, Ocean Forest is a good bet. Then number 1, Smoking Hot, also in with a chance, but this horse, she never runs 2 good races in a row. But I see maybe today she's due now for another good race, but is getting 60 kilograms, whereby there is other horses on lighter weights that I think has got a chance. Caesar Cracker also has run 2 good seconds, but also again lesser company, so maybe keep an eye out on that one for placings. Illuminate is also a 4-time winner, but hasn't won over this distance yet. So let's move on to the next race, which is the 8th race. This is a progress plate over 1,600 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 4 is Biota Mazona, 30 to 10, Shango 9 to 2, Elliott 5 to 1, 6 to 1, Riverstown 7 to 1, Herodotus 8 to 1, Pack the leader, Infinity 1, 16 to 1, and 80 to 1, the lawyer. So now here in this race, I would think this is going to be a race between numbers 1 and number 4, and my preference is going to number 4. Number 4, Piotr Mazzoni, looks to me a horse that is just a horse that's on the up. Last time out, Big Rock you quite easily, and I think today, again over the 1,600 meters, will run a huge race, and I think that is my selection for this race, and I think it's going to run a very good race today. Then you have Shango, who's been gelded and coming off a rest. Might just need a run, but he's unbeatable over, still hasn't been beaten over the course and distance. And surely I would think that the race will be between these two horses. Outsider selection that you maybe want to look at is number 6, which is Herodotius. Has also been running there and thereabouts, coming from Cape Town. Hasn't won for 893 days. Surely one of these days will be his turn, but it doesn't look like it might not be today. Then here's number 7, Infinite Wonder, which is definitely a horse that, he won his maiden quite easily. And now they pop him in here in a progress page against some stiff opposition. And as a 3-year-old, he's way out in the ratings, but this horse can be anything. So pop this horse into the back end of your trifecta and quartet selections. Then we get to race number 9, which is a 1600 meters. Gordon Sturley, Henny van Wyk. My father used to know Henny van Wyk quite well. He had very good horses, including a horse called Royal Bride, who won the computer form sprint, for those guys who don't know that. And Rose, that horse won a computer form sprint, and she was 20-1 that day, Royal Bride. And I remember we were at Germiston. My father made a package on this horse. So you have Phyllis Amir's 85 handicap, Class C average bid at 78, and here the betting is as follows. Number 4, Rock You 33-10, Pin Up 4-1, In Limbo 5-1, Lady Amazon 5-1, Iris Willow 6-1, Lee Express 8-1, Making a Scene 8-1, 14-1, Yuli Late 22-1, and better the rest. Now here in this race, my first selection is number 6. Now guys, I don't normally tip a horse after he's won its maiden, but there are exceptions to the rule, and this horse really won well on his maiden, although a work riders, but you just ran him off their feet, and he just kept on going. And I'm thinking Lee Express, if I look at the breeding version Getterich by John Causeway May, I think this horse is going to appreciate the 1600 meters. Ryan Munger from draw 1. That's my first selection, number 6, Lee Express. For outsider selections, I'm going for number 5, Lady Amethyst. Also a horse that's always there and there about. Last time out, I don't know what went wrong. Didn't run a good race behind Feldflower. But let's ignore that one and give her the benefit that they says he pulled up lame. That was withdrawn. But before that, has run against some decent 76, Fort Anne running in a future today. So I think Lady Amherst definitive inclusion in all of your bets. And then number 9 is in Limbo. This is the full sister to Awam and Golden Ducat, half sister to Golden Ducat. Now, I'm also thinking, I think that I do think the 1600 meters might even still be too short for her. She did win a maiden, but last time I did not run up to expectations, the first run out of the maiden. But certainly, maybe she's worth another chance. And then we want to have a look at number 4, which is Rock You. Rock You always is there and thereabouts. Runs on well at the end. And if Piotr Moscona wins today, that must surely enhance her chances. So that brings us to the end of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.